Good afternoon. Before we start our discussion, here are some reminders for you, class. Number one, have your attendance checked. How will you have your attendance checked? One, by commenting on this live stream and by sending screenshots to our respective group chats. Number two, please take note of your questions and concerns. Since this is a live stream, I cannot address your questions and concerns right away. So I will address the questions and concerns later on. Number three, inform your other classmates that this live stream is going to be made public right after it has ended. Numbers 1 and 2 apply to them as well. Before our topic for today, let us have a few questions for our review. Number 1, we have to find the general equation of the circle whose center is at -3, 2, and a radius of 4. Let me copy this question here so I can answer it here. We all know that the general equation of the circle is in the form x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, something like that. So what we want to do is to have the standard form or the so-called center radius form of the circle first. So what is the standard form or the center radius form? It is in the form the quantity of x minus h squared plus the quantity of y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where h and k, are the coordinates of the center and r is the length of the radius. Therefore, in our given problem, this is h, this is k, and this is r. Let us now plug in our values. We will have x minus 3 squared plus the quantity of y plus 2 squared. Why is it plus 2? Because it is a minus negative. And when a negative is preceded by a minus, we write plus. It's equal to r squared. That is going to be 4 squared. At this point, we want to expand these two squares of binomials and square the length of the radius. So we will have x squared minus 6x plus 9 in this part for this part of the equation. Then plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 for this part of the equation is equal to 16. When we are in this step already, we just want to combine like terms and arrange the equation such that it will abide to the general form. So let us do that simultaneously. Okay, so we have x squared plus y squared minus 6x plus 4y. We have here a 9 and a 4, which we will combine together as a 13. And then we should transpose 16 to the other side, so that's a 13 minus a 16, that's a negative 3. So minus 3 is equal to 0. This is our general equation. Let us now have our second problem. Identify the center and radius of the circle with general equation x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 12y plus 51 is equal to 0. Let me copy this problem and paste it here so I can answer it here. This is somehow the reverse process of our first review example. So in if in our first review example, we have a center radius form and we transform it to the general equation or the general form, this time around, we have a general equation or a general form, and we will transform it to this standard form or center radius form. Because in our center radius form, the center and the radius are readily available. So we will do that. Let me copy this first and paste it here as part of my solution. Then what we want to do, let me adjust it further. Siguro right there. What we want to do is to put all the x's together and put all the y's together. Kasi dun sa last step natin, we segregated them, we separated them. So this time around, we will put them together naman. So we have x squared, siguro dito ako, x squared plus 10x. And then we leave a blank. And then plus y squared minus 12y. And then we leave a blank. And then we transpose 51 to the other side. That's going to be negative 51. At this point, we are after perfect square trinomials. So we should complete the squares. How do we do that? So we basically get this. Diba, ito yung shortcut natin. So get this. That's going to be 10. Divide it by 2. I think I'm going to be using the red color. So 10. Divide it by 2. That's going to be 5. And then square 5. That is 25. This will be put there. You see natin. Right there. So this is now 25. Sorry. Black. 25. We will do the same for y. So we'll take this. Okay. That is negative 12. Divide it by 2. That is negative 6. Square it. That is going to be 36. So we will put it there. Then, whatever we did to the left side, we will also do on the right side. Eh, ano ba yung ginawa natin sa left side? We added a 25 and a 36. So we should also add a 25 and a 36 to the right side. So plus 25 plus 36. Okay, now, these parts of our solution are perfect square trinomials, which we will convert to squares of binomials. So this is now, instead of x squared plus 10x plus 25 is x plus 5 squared plus the quantity of, this is now y minus 6 squared. Is equal to, kung saan ko siya nakuha, di ba? Dun sa scratch natin na red, we can actually see it there. This is our positive 5 and this is our negative 6. Pwede naman dun. And then this is ilan to? 50, 61 minus 51, that is 10. 10. Yan. So what is our radius? What are the coordinates of the center muna bago radius? The center is at negative 5, positive 6, and the radius is the square root of 10. Let us use our calculator. Square root of 10, 10 square root. That's roughly around 3.16. So 3.16. And we have our center and our radius. We have a third question. The third question is, what do you call a line that touches the circle at two distinct points? At exactly 1 point. A line that touches the circle at two distinct points is called a secant line. A line that touches the circle at exactly 1 point is called a tangent line. Now, what if we put our second line and tangent line in the coordinate plane together with our circles? Then, the points where the second line and the tangent line intersect our circle will have coordinates. And that is our lesson for this discussion. Circle line intersection. Our objective is to find the coordinates of the point or points of intersection between a circle and a line. Bakit point or points? Kasi the line can be a tangent, so point lang yon kasi one point of intersection lang. Can be a second. So, 2 points of intersection, kaya points. Okay? So, we have 3 methods. We are going to use 3 methods. Although I believe there are other methods, ito yung mga methods na alam na natin gawin. Okay? Ibig sabihin, maaaral natin agad. So, number 1 is using a graphing calculator. Number 2, manual graphing. And number 3, algebraic. Let's go to our first example. So, example number 1, write the coordinates of the point or points of intersection of these two equations. Obviously, one is a circle, this is the circle, and one is a line. Okay? So, our first method, using a graphing calculator. Let's go to our graphing calculator. There are lots of graphing calculators that we can use online. Syempre kasi slanted na tayo towards the usage of technology in mathematics education. Siguro it is about time for us to venture on the usage of graphing calculators. I suggest you use the free graphing calculators online for a simple reason that it is free. Libre kasi. So, hindi na natin kailangan magbayad ng applications kasi meron namang free. This is one free graphing calculator online, Desmos. But you can use or you can venture on trying other graphing calculators if you like. At ako lang, ito yung personal preference ko, yung Desmos graphing calculator. Anyway, let us graph our circle first. This is going to be x squared plus y squared is equal to 10. So let us input our equation. So x squared. So pag nag-i-input kayo, di ba, pag nagta-type kayo ng equation, yung exponent, you will input this symbol, ito, yung ganun, before the exponent. Kasi it suggests na superscript siya. Okay? So we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 10. As you can see, there is our circle now. Now, let us graph the line. We have y is equal to x plus 2. Sorry. So, y is equal to x plus 2. And there you go. But we are after the intersection, the points of intersection. Obviously, this is a second line because it touched our circle at 2 distinct points. What are those points? Ito, right here, and right there. What are its coordinates? The coordinates of this point are -3, -1. I did not know na pwede pala yun. Pag-click ko lumabas. So that's good, diba? Kasi kita natin. And the other one is 1, 3. So, according to our graphing calculator, the points of intersection are -3, -1, and 1, 3. Let us now write it para alam natin kung ano yung mangyayari. So for our graphing calculator, siguro dito na lang. -3 daw, -3, -1, and 1, 3. Now, what if we do not have an access to a graphing calculator? For example, brownout. Pag brownout, walang power, walang kuryente. So wala tayong internet. Or meron tayong cellphone pero wala tayong data, wala tayong load. So how do we do this? Siyempre, we can use manual graphing. So how will we do manual graphing? So siyempre, dun muna tayo sa equation ng circle natin. Here is our circle. What we want to do is to identify the center and the radius. This is in standard form when the center is at the point of origin. So wala na tayong problema sa center. The center is at 0, 0. The radius is 10. That's actually the square root of 10. Kaya ko siya pinindot kanina eh. So that is 3.16, roughly around 3.16. Okay? So we'll just use 3.16 as a guide sa manual graphing natin. So meron na tayong center, meron na tayong radius. So let us go to our coordinate plane. Let's draw a circle. Tapos ang radius daw 3.16. So 1, 2, 3. Siguro yung 0.16 lumampas lang ng konti. Something like that. Tansya-tansyahan lang. And then let us draw our circle. So this is our circle. Let us have it a thick color. Yung thickness, lakihan natin para makita natin. This is our circle now. Now, what is our line? The line is y is equal to x plus 2. Wala na tayong problema dito because this is in slope-intercept form already. This is our y-intercept, meaning our line will touch the y-axis at 0, 2. And the slope is right there. The numerical coefficient of x, that is 1. The slope is 1. Sige, ito na rin, 1. But the slope is rise over run. So we basically have 1 rise and 1 run. The slope is positive, so the line rises from left to right. So how do we do this in our, let's call this Cartesian plane? So point muna tayo. The y-intercept is at 2. This is our y-intercept. From our y-intercept, we are now going to count 1 rise unit and 1 run unit. So it will look something like this. Rise, run. And then isa pa, siguro, rise, run. This is now our line. Teka, gawin nating, ano po nagagawa tong, yeah, right there. That's gonna be our line. As you can see, there are points of intersection. This is 1, 1, 2, 3. That's also positive 1, positive 3. How about the other one? Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 1. Negative 3, negative 1 din. So, in our graphing calculator, these are the coordinates of the points of intersection. In our manual graphing, these are also the coordinates of the points of intersection. Yung pangatlong method na lang, yung algebraic method na lang yung problema natin. How do we do the algebraic method? Let me copy this so I can solve it here. Okay. What we want to do first is to substitute the equation of the line in the equation of the circle. Let me write it para alam natin. Step 1. Step 1. Plug the equation, EQ na lang equation of the line in the equation of the circle. So, if we have our equation of the circle right here, which is x squared plus y squared is equal to 10, and the equation of our line is y is equal to x plus 2, instead of y, I will write x plus 2. So, we have here x squared. Instead of y, I will write x plus 2 squared is equal to 10. And then, I can now solve for x because all my variables are now x. So I think I can expand this. So we have x squared plus x squared ulit plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 10. And then this is just simple algebra. You combine like terms and we can form, actually we can form what you call this? Quadratic equation. So we have here 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 is equal to 0. Minus 6, di ba? Kasi this is a plus 4 and then we transpose the positive 10 to the other side. That's a negative 10. So that's 4 minus 10. That's a negative 6. As you can see, all terms are divisible by 2. So we will do that para mas maliit na yung equation. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. And then we can factor. So what are the factors of x squared plus 2x minus 3? The factors are, syempre x tsaka x to, di ba? We have a positive 3 and a negative 1, such that if we multiply 3 times negative 1, that's negative 3. And then 3 minus 1, that's a positive 2, yung middle term naman. And then we use the zero product property. Excuse me. So we equate each factor to 0. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. And x minus 1 is equal to 0. So the the x values are negative 3 and positive 1. Let us check if our x values are negative 3 and positive 1. Negative 3, positive 1. Now, how do we solve for the y values? So we just get the equation of the line. That's a y equals. Then we can just plug in the values of x. Okay? Step 2. Gaya natin to, no? Plug in the equation of and solve. Step 2. Substitute the values na lang. Substitute the values. So we will get y is equal to x plus 2. Kunin ko lang yun. Y is equal to x plus 2. And then instead of x, I will write negative 3. So negative 3 plus 2. Y is equal to negative 1. Sa pangalawa, y is equal to x plus 2. Instead of x, I will write 1. So 1 plus 2, y is equal to 3. Let us just check. If x is negative 3, y should be negative 1. And then if x is 1, y should be 3. Ayan. Negative 1, positive 3. So all methods produced the same answer. So ibig sabihin, any of the three methods, if we use them, we will get the same answers. So again, the usage of the graphing calculator, manual graphing and algebraic. Let us have another example. Kasi yung number one example, medyo madali lang kasi the center is at the point of origin, di ba? Tapos, naka slope intercept form na yung equation ng circle. So, it's relatively easy. Let's try this. Second example. So, the quantity of x minus 4 squared plus the quantity of y plus 1 squared is equal to 20. And then, the equation of the line is x plus 3y is equal to 11. Let us use our first method first. Let us use our graphing calculator. Siyempre, erase ko muna to. And then, input natin yung equations natin. We have x minus 4 squared. Sorry, ba't ganun? X minus 4, yan, squared. Sorry. Sara ko muna. And then, squared. This is fine. Parang, dapat wala to. Yan. And then, y plus 1 plus y plus 1 squared is equal to 20. 20, di ba? Okay, and then x plus 3y is equal to 11. X plus 3y equals 11. Ayan. So, ito yung circle natin. It's relatively large. And then these are the points of intersection. 2, 3, tsaka 8, 1. 2, 3, tsaka 8, 1. Okay? Ayan. Ayan. Zoom out natin para kitang-kita. 2, 3, tsaka 8, 1. Yun yung points of intersection. Tama ba? 2, 3, 8, 1. Okay? So, sulat muna natin. 2, 3, and 8, 1. Yan yung lumabas sa graphing calculator. I-check natin kung tama yan sa manual tsaka sa algebraic. Let's go to our manual. Siyempre, buburahin ko muna to. Manually din. Kasi manual to eh. Okay? Let us have the center. That's negative 4, 1. That's actually positive 4, negative 1. So, positive 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Positive 4, negative 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, negative. So, ito nandito. Yan. And then the radius is square root of 20. So, 20 square root. That's roughly 4.47. So, siguro mga 4.5, no? Ganon. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tapos kalahati. Pero hindi pa siya dadating sa kalahati. Something like that. And then let us graph. So, that is our circle. But what is now our, di natin sinulat. So, if this is our equation of our, if this is the equation of our circle, the center is at positive 4, negative 1, and the radius is roughly 4.47. Now, how about our line? So, x plus 3y is equal to 11. It is not in slope-intercept form. So, let us transform this first into slope-intercept form. So, this is going to be 3y is equal to negative x plus 11. And then we have to divide all terms by 3. So, cancel. Teka. Kulay po na yung pang-cancel natin. Cancel. So, y now is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 11 over 3. So, this is now our equation. 11 over 3 is our y-intercept. And our slope is negative 1/3. So, negative 1/3, that is rise over run. So, rise and run. Then, the slope is negative, so the line falls from left to right. Let us now graph it. 11 over, nasan yung calc here? Nawala. 11 over 3, that's roughly around 3.67. Okay? So, medyo tricky to kasi may decimal eh, di ba? But we can do this. So, siguro 3.67. Siguro banda dyan. Yan. Now, since the line falls from left to right, rise and run lang naman tayo, 1 tsaka 3. Ito tayo yan. So, 1 tsaka 3. So, we have here, dito ako magwa 1. And then, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry. Ulit. 1, then 1, 2, 3. Yan. Siguro isa pa. Medyo baba ako ng konti. Yan. And then, 1, 1, 2, 3. Yan. This is now our graph. Saan sila nagtama? So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Tama ba? 2, 3. Tingnan natin. Ayun, 2, 3. And 2, 3. Tsaka, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Tsaka 8, 1. So, tama din. 2, 3, tsaka 8, 1. So, balance yung graphing calculator tsaka manual graphing. Let us now solve algebraically. Okay, so let us copy this here so we can solve here. Now, you can do lots of, there are certain possibilities on how to do this. You can use etong y equals, yung y form na to, but marami tayong mga fractions, so baka malito kayo. So, you can opt to have this as an x equals instead of a y equals. That can also be. So, yun yung gagawin natin para hindi tayo malito kasi walang fractions dito sa x equals eh. So, this is going to be x equals negative 3y plus 11. This is what I'm going to use instead of the slope-intercept form. Kasi kasi may fraction. Baka malito tayo. Although pwede din naman. Kaya naman, kaso baka malito. So, para mas mataas yung chance na tama yung sagot, huwag nyong lituhin ang sarili nyo. Okay? Now, step 1, we have to plug in the equation of the circle to the equation of the, plug in the equation of the line to the equation of the circle and solve. So, instead of x right here, what I'm going to write is the whole thing. This negative 3y plus 11. So, kokopyahin ko muna. So, we have our given equation of the circle here. And then, instead of x, we will write negative 3y plus 11 minus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared is equal to 20. Ayan muna. And then, combine like terms muna natin to. So, we have negative 3y plus 7. That's 7. Squared plus y plus 1 squared is equal to 20. So, we can now expand the two. Etong square of a binomial na to, tsaka tong square of a binomial na yan. This is going to be 3y tsaka 3y, 9y squared minus etong dalawa, 3y tsaka 7, that's minus 21 times 2, 42 plus 49 plus y squared plus 2y plus 1 is equal to 20. Parang di ako mapakali. Tama ba to? Negative 3y, negative 21 times 2, negative 42. Ayan. Let us now combine like terms. So we have here 10y squared, 42y, tsaka minus 2y. So that's minus 42 plus 2, that's minus 40y. This is 49 plus 1. This is 50. And then positive 20, which we will transpose and will give us a negative 20. So that's a 50 minus 20. That's a positive 30. It's equal to 0. Notice that all terms are divisible by 10. So we do that. So we have, para maliit lang yung quadratic equation na result, magre-result, di ba? So y squared minus 4y plus 3 is equal to 0. This is now easier to factor out. So what are the factors? Positive 3 di ba? So negative 3 tsaka negative 1. Para minus 3, negative 3 times negative 1, that's a positive 3. And then negative 3 plus negative 1, that's negative 4. And then we just do the zero product property, apply the zero product property. So y minus 3 equals 0, and y minus 1 is equal to 0, which will give us y is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1. Are our y coordinates 3 and 1? Okay, 3 tsaka 1. Let us now solve for the coordinates of x. Ito na lang yung kukunin ko, di ba? The x coordinates, sorry. So, kukunin ko na lang to kasi naka-x equals form na siya, di ba? And then, just plug in the values of y. So, unahin ko na yung positive 3. So, we have x is equal to negative 3 times 3 plus 11. So, this is negative 9 plus 11. Baba ko lang. X is equal to positive 2. How about the other one? So x equals negative 3 instead of y, that's right, 1 plus 11. So this is now negative 3 plus 11. So x equals 8. Are the x coordinates 2 and 8? 2 and 8. Let us have our last example. So write the coordinates of the points of intersection of this circle and this line. Actually, ito, ano na to, tong circle na to, nasa review. Ito yan eh. So, kokopyahin ko na lang. Ito yung, kopyahin ko yung buo. Teka, kopyahin ko siya buo. Yung solution. And parang hindi tayo sayang sa oras, di ba? I-balance na natin kung tama talaga. X squared plus y squared plus 10x. Oh, this is a minus 12y. Okay? Plus 51 is equal to 0. Yan. So, ito yung center, tsaka radius niyan. And then, let us have our... Teka, hindi pa pala natin nagagamit yung ano. Sorry. Yung Desmos natin, yung graphing calculator. Let us do the graphing calculator first. So, input lang natin to dun sa graphing calculator. We have x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 12y plus 51 equals 0. So, andito yung circle natin yan. Notice that kapag gumagamit tayo ng graphing calculator, kahit papaano yung form na i-graph niya, yun yung isa sa mga advantage. Kahit naka-general form, kahit naka-standard form, basta input mo lang, i-graph niya yun. Okay? Our line, y equals negative 1/3 x plus 1. Oh. So, in our third example, we do not have a second line. We have a tangent line. So, we are just after one point of intersection. What is that point of intersection? Okay? That is, hindi ko makita. Hindi ko maklik. So, that's negative 6, positive 3. Yan. Yun, nakita ko na eh. Yun, no? Negative 6, positive 3. So, the point of intersection is negative 6, positive 3. One point of intersection lang. That is the answer of our graphing calculator. Now, let us go to our manual graphing. So, sa manual graphing natin, we have to identify the center and the radius of the circle. So, obviously, kaya ako na-excite ako kanina kasi meron na. Ito na yon. Negative 5, 6. The radius is square root of 10, which is roughly around 3.16. And the line, graph muna natin yung circle. So we have, to erase muna this. Erase ko to. Erase ko yung mga points ko. Okay. So the circle, the center is at negative 5, positive 6. Negative 5, positive 6. Yan. The radius is 3.16. So 1, 2, 3, lagpas konti. So this is our circle now. How about our line? The line is in slope-intercept form already. So wala na tayong poproblemahin dito. Okay? So we have here our y-intercept and our slope. The slope is negative 1/3, which is rise over run. So 1 rise, 1 run. The slope is negative, so the line falls from left to right. Let us now graph. So y-intercept is 1. So if the line falls from left to right, pag ganun, then we have 1, 1, 2, 3. Then 1, 1, 2, 3. Pero pwede na yan. This is now our line. And as you can see, the point of intersection is also at negative 6, positive 3. So parehas. Negative 6, positive 3. This is example 3. Our last method is algebraic. Let me copy the given equations first so we can solve it here. Okay? You have to check your equation of a line, ha? Baka kasi dahil nakita nyo naka y equals na siya, ang ginawa nyo, yun na yung sinubstitute nyo. Pwede naman yun. Masosolve nyo rin naman at tama naman yung solving. Kaya lang mahirap kasi nga fraction. So what we want to do is to try. Instead of y equals, gawin ko kaya siyang x equals. Tapos try natin kung may fraction or wala. Kapag walang fraction, yun na lang yung gagamitin ko. Okay? So, dahil may denominator 3 ako, what I want to do is to multiply the whole equation by 3. So, I can eliminate the denominator 3. Excuse me. That will give me 3y is equal to negative x plus 3. Now, for us to be able to find x equals, what we want to do is to transpose na lang to. Transpose ko to doon. Transpose ko to doon. Para x equals na siya agad. So we have x equals negative 3y plus 3. This is what I am going to use. Okay? Nag-manipulate lang ako ng konti, pero at least walang fraction. But if you want to plug in the equation with the fraction, you can do that. Hindi mali ang sagot nun, tama din. Mahihirapan lang kayo ng konti kasi puro fraction, but that will produce the same answer as well. Now, let us have our equation of our circle and plug in our equation. I will use my x equals. So we have, instead of x squared, what I will write is negative 3y plus 3 squared. Okay? Plus y squared plus 10 times, instead of x, negative 3y plus 3 minus 12y plus 51 is equal to 0. As you can see, all variables are y. So we are solving for y. Okay? Expand ko na to. So I will have here 9y squared minus 3 times 3. That's minus 9. Negative 9 times 2. Negative 18. So negative 18y and then plus 9 plus y squared plus distribute. So this is not a plus anymore. That's going to be a minus. So minus 30y. Bakit minus? Kasi it's a negative times a positive. So that's a minus. And then plus 30 minus 12y plus 51 is equal to 0. Now we are hoping na sana divisible para mas mabilis tayong makapag-solve, di ba? So let us combine like terms. Parehas y squared. So that is 10y squared. Sana lahat divisible by 10, di ba? And then negative 18, tsaka negative 12, tsaka negative 30. Ilang tatlo, di ba? Tatlong negative naman yan. So obviously negative yan. And then i-add na lang natin silang lahat, di ba? So 18 tsaka 12 is 30. Plus 30 is 60. So 60y. Mukhang okay kasi parehas silang divisible by 10. How about the last one? So we have a 9 and a 51. That's a 60. And then a 30, that's 90. Is equal to 0. Everything is divisible by 10. So we do that. Para mas malinaw lang. Actually, pwede na yan. Kita naman na di ba? Pero para lang mas malinaw. So y squared minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 0. Now, this is a perfect square trinomial. The factors are y minus 3 and y minus 3. So, minus negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6. So, we apply the zero product property on just one. Kasi parehas naman, di ba? So, y now is equal to positive 3. Is the y coordinate 3? Yes, it's 3. Now, let us solve for the x coordinate. Gagamitin ko na lang to. Okay? So, x is equal to negative 3y plus 3. X is equal to negative 3y plus 3. Instead of y, I will write 3. So, that is negative 3 times 3 plus 3. So that is negative 3 times 3, negative 9 plus 3. So x now is equal to negative 6. Is the x coordinate negative 6? Yes. So all three methods produced the same answer. That is the end of our discussion. Let me just remind you again to have your attendance checked, and please note your questions and concerns. So that's the end of our discussion. Goodbye. Ingat.